6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'm Caleb. Please like and subscribe.
Welcome back to another CryptoBROS
and a HollyGirl
podcast number 103.
103.
103. Greg,
Yeah, so Greg has turned into a ventriloquist.
it's just
AI Greg.
AI Greg is creepy. I mean, real Greg's creepy enough, but AI Greg, ooh, man. So, yeah, so Greg's been playing around and now he's leaving. So, welcome to the podcast.
Oh, very good. Nicola John says, Greg, your mouth is not moving.
Sorry. It's been a long day.
Fake Greg. Yeah, that's scary how realistic AI is, though. If you
That is
look at
very scary.
If the mouth moved, if you didn't really know Greg, like we know Greg, you could get fooled pretty easily that was Greg. I don't know. I don't like it. So while people get in, because we know not everybody joins us right in the beginning, let's talk about some simple stuff. How was your guys' week?
Good.
My youngest just moved off to college today.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's
Second year.
It's that time, right? It's the kids are taking off to college. Mama Holly's got one moving next week.
Yep. On Thursday, we move her in. And
Next
I am
Thursday.
not ready. I'm not ready. And I have a really, really hard time talking about it without getting super emotional. So, yeah, I
So we
cannot.
won't.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah,
No,
it's
all I wanted to offer you, Holly, was a little bit of encouragement in saying that it's scary until it's not, if that makes sense. Because there's so many unknowns for you, for her, but then it's like all of a sudden, bang, it's good. And it'll probably be sooner than later. So hang in there. It'll be okay.
I just I'm a wreck. And it's like so crazy because it's, a couple months ago, I was like, yeah, she's going to college. I was all excited. And now that it's almost here, I really didn't think that I was going to be emotional about it, because she lives part-time with me, lives part-time with her dad. We have a very good dynamic set up. And so it's like whenever she wants to come over here, she can. Whenever she wants to go with her dad, she can. It's like no big deal. And it's like the last couple of weeks or maybe even about a month, I've been like, no, you've got to stay with me. Like, you don't know, you're not going.
My time.
No, you're not doing this. It's just even, her dad took her and her cousin to Disneyland this weekend. And so they're over there. I'm like, you do realize she is moving next week. You're going to take her the last weekend that we have. Like it's something that I really didn't think I would be this emotional about it. I am so proud of her. I'm so proud that, all of this, she got to where she is on her own. And so that's so exciting. But she's like my best friend. And so
it's a new chapter.
And let me say this while you compose yourself, Holly, because I know you and I can see the pain in your eyes. But I know a lot of people that do the co-parenting thing.
mm-hmm.
It's not as scarce as it used to be, maybe when I was your daughter's age. It's a pretty normal thing. But you and your ex do it better than anybody I think I've ever known. Like,
thank you.
Because I know that this isn't the first time we've talked about this. And so different times things get brought up, and always in the back of my mind, I'm like, man, like the kid comes first. You know what I mean? Like, and that is probably as close to like normal as it's supposed to be, but most people don't do it very well.
No.
So kudos to you guys for that, for sure.
Thank you. It means a lot to us both
Mhm.
of us equally. I mean, she is our number one priority. And we just kind of, knowing that that's where we're both at, we were like, there's nothing to be mad at each other about.
Mhm.
We just didn't work out. So, and the thing is I couldn't imagine him not part of our family. He is very much part of our family. All her birthdays, we do my family and his family all together. My husband and him are good friends. They help each other out with, the housing things and moving stuff around. Like, it is
That's
the
awesome. Yeah.
easiest and best dynamic I could ever imagine. I am so thankful for him, and I think he feels the same way. People look at us like it's very strange. We are very strange to them because there's no fighting. There's zero. I can't even imagine going through that. I feel bad for people who have to, when at the end of the day, it's all about her. And that just, it makes it that much easier because we have a common denominator. So
Yeah, and it is weird to them because it's not the norm. That's just not how it is. And I've told you guys the story. Caleb and Greg have seen it firsthand. When I owned a car wash, it was on the intersection of a fairly busy intersection. There was 2 gas stations. And on Friday afternoons, the parking lots of both gas stations were full of parents swapping kids.
yeah.
And most of them never said a word to each other.
Oh, God.
And you could tell they were mad, and just body language. And some of the times they wouldn't even get out of their cars and things like that. So,
yeah.
it's, the whole reasons behind everything doesn't matter, but the way that you guys have done that is awesome. And I'm sure that your daughter has benefited from that immensely. So
we've talked about it several times, her and I, and she does appreciate it. And the only reason I know that is because she does have friends that are in that their parents aren't together. They don't get along. Sometimes some of her kids don't get to see one of the parents. And so it's just, I know she's like, dang, I'm lucky. I'm lucky I don't have all the drama, but when you say like they don't even talk to each other, it's funny because last week when we were doing the podcast, they actually were over here. And so I had little commentators making fun of me as I'm trying to do the podcast, and they're laughing, and it's just it's really funny. But we don't knock at each other's house. We just go in. Like, that's what we do. We're like, hey, how you doing?
Yeah. Josh don't even know when I'm at his house. That's how good it is.
I'm probably taking a nap. Anybody can get in.
Yeah.
The amount of times I've taken a nap with the garage door wide open, where you could just like walk in and see my cars and stuff, it will blow your mind. And as a matter of fact, I think that's happened overnight a couple of times too. Just left the garage door open.
Oh, I've done that so many times.
Yeah.
I try to replace the Keurig cup as I take one.
I appreciate that because those aren't cheap.
Welcome.
All right. So now that we're kind of got through that point, and maybe we've got people still coming in, but let's talk about crypto just for a little bit. Okay. So one of the things that I want to discuss, and we're not going to get into it really, really deep. I just find it extremely interesting. And it's on the title of this podcast that Binance has not just VGX, but has decided to delist several different tokens.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't help but believe that here's the thing. Business is mainly common sense, right? I mean, it just is. You are not going to delist things that you think is going to make you money. You are not going to take a product off the shelf from, say, a grocery store or a convenience store that is going to make you money. I just hope that maybe this will open up some eyes to, if it does make a comeback, that road is going to be super long. And so that people will spend their money wisely and promote things wisely and whatever you want to make that say, just because that's a pretty big deal. I mean, it's a big deal to get listed. It's also a pretty big deal to get delisted. So I didn't know if you guys had any thoughts about that, but I wanted to touch base because it kind of caught me off guard a little bit when I saw it.
Yeah. I wish that they would give more specifics as to why they're delisting each of the tokens, that they decided to. But they didn't, because I did look it up, and it's all clumped within one article that pretty much says these are the ones, and there's several different reasons.
There's like 10 reasons of random things it could be, and yeah.
Now, I mean, I have heard rumors that because VGX is kind of part of SafeMoon and Binance is not the happiest with SafeMoon, and I've known that for a lot of years. That's why, but I don't feel like it goes down to that much petty. I really hope not. Yeah. I do have a feeling it has everything to do with the lower volume, or just not really a whole lot of activity from that token per se. So, yeah.
I would agree with that 100% too. And like I said, I didn't want to spend a whole bunch of time on that, but sometimes when the writing's on the wall, we have to pay attention to it. We got to stop and we got to read it and start to, depending on where you're at in that whole, I still see people with vehemently just supporting Bruno, right? Yeah. I still see that. And so I just want to make sure that, hey, yeah, Meg's right. Here, I'm going to put this up here. She said it out loud. Shame.
Smaller in the jar.
But
the bad word jar.
But I'm kind of, we need a swear jar just for Bruno. But I'm hoping that people are starting to realize that not every project that out there is going to be ethical. Not every project is going to make you, I think everybody knows it's not going to make you a millionaire. But that when the writing on the wall is there, that we take time to actually pay attention to it and then use that in our actions. So,
I have seen, and it's so weird because I've seen kind of several people, and it's kind of people I don't really even have never seen before, talking about Bruno a lot, saying,
especially recently.
Yes, a V3 contract, and I'm like, well, that's that. I can't wrap my brain around that as to how it would help the existing people, because that's a lot of money you would have to give away before you even start.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you put liquidity in there, the people who are upset, I'm one of them, will just dump it. I just don't see it happening. So the fact that there's people pushing this false narrative, false hope, is more disappointing to me than anything. And it's just kind of like, if you don't know, just be quiet.
Because it doesn't really matter if the name's Bruno, right? If any token was in this situation and somebody dumped liquidity in it, anybody that still holds is just going to immediately sell. And it's going to just tank. So you're going to have to keep throwing liquidity into it. And that makes zero sense.
Well, yeah. I mean, I have several tokens that have pretty much, rugged. We'll just say they've rugged. Anybody that tries to bring one of those tokens back, you better believe I'm getting my money back.
Yeah, if I saw that thing spike for one day, I'm selling it. Boom.
I mean, and I know rugging and the bankruptcy are two different things. However, it is the same thing. They pulled all the liquidity.
Yeah.
So that's
how they got to that point may be different, but
right. But the outcome
is the same thing.
The same.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I just, whoever, wants to still support it, that's all fine and well, but stop pushing the false narrative. That's all I would just kind of say. I even saw somebody say, oh, well, SafeMoon's in the 2. If it goes below 2, I'm going to buy. And I'm like, what? Huh?
Like, how many zeros too? You said the word again, swear jar.
Shoot.
Put her in timeout. She needs a
timeout. Muted. No, but it's just one of those things in education that, as we get educated more and more in this space and we see things happening, I'm just hoping that, listen, people are, as long as anyone is allowed to create a cryptocurrency, people are going to get rugged at some point. It's going to happen. That's why you have to do your own research. You have to really look into it. I'm just hoping that as we move along and people are educated, that happens less and less.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys have noticed, and I'll just kind of transition to a new topic
sure.
of crypto, but I have noticed a really downtrend in meme coins and people actually getting into them.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, because immediately as I'm looking at all these new pairs that are coming up, it's an up and down, and that's it. And I mean, it's coming in slower too. How many people are creating them?
But
So,
you're also, when you're talking about going up and down, you're having projects launch. And I know this has always happened, but it just seems like a higher percentage of them are happening now. They're launching in 15 minutes or an hour later, they're done. I mean, that is it. And they're not even waiting for them to get to what I would consider a ruggable market cap. Does that make sense? Like,
yeah.
so you got 25 grand and you rugged it. Okay. Like,
Yeah.
did you not think this through? But I'm with you. I think that is happening. But but the slower that people are buying into those, you said that's one of the things that you've realized.
Mm-hmm.
Kudos, because I think that has a lot to do with education. People are not having this FOMO. I've got to get in so I can be one of the 100x guys, and they're making smarter decisions, which I'm all about for sure.
I am too. I mean, even myself personally, I have slowed the meme coin game down, and I mean like super down to where
you're bored.
I haven't even really. Yeah, I don't look at the charts anymore. I don't. Oh, what's the next good coin on, Twitter or X or whatever. I just don't care anymore. I'm like, okay, I just need to position myself in the stuff that I actually believe is going to make
Welcome to my side of the trading, Holly. It's only taken 103 episodes, but you finally came to the dark side, Holly.
I'm going to tell you, I'm not completely stepping away from my Deegan game. I'm the queen of degenerates. And so I have to
thanks, Ash.
Huh? What?
Oh, I forgot that I got the notifications on. She's watching on Twitch.
Oh, cool. Oh, I don't know anything about that.
No, but speaking of technology and things like that too, I thought we should at least touch on the interview that, and not politically motivated, but the interview that Elon Musk did with Donald Trump on Monday, Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't without its technical issues.
Right.
But part of that was because of how many millions of people were trying to get in there to watch it.
That was a lot.
But the reason I bring it up is you're seeing a switch in a lot of different things when it comes to how traditional media is going away. Just like we've seen with money and fiat, and that if crypto is going to rise, the traditional ways of doing things are going to go away. Are you trying to get us more views, Holly? What's happening right
there? What?
Look, and I was like, oh.
I didn't even notice.
I didn't either.
No.
I don't know what the final tally was, but I know that before that, I don't know, within 6 or 7 hours, there was over 20 million people had seen that interview.
Yeah.
And I think traditional media is scared to death because their ratings are not awesome. And they're all pushing agenda. And like we've talked about before, they quit reporting on the news a long, long time ago. And when somebody like Elon just brings them on and it gets that much exposure, it's insane. So I just think that that's a way that you're going to start seeing things more and more and more coming up.
Yeah.
And I'm all for it. I think it'd be awesome.
I was going to say, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. And to be honest, I didn't know a lot about Elon's background. And so when I first found out that him and Trump were going to do this, I was like, oh gosh, just another guy who is all for Trump. And this is going to, they're just going to push their narrative. But Elon Musk was actually, he kind of explained it in the space that he was more Democrat on the Democrat side than on the Republican side. I mean, he even said he stood in line to shake Obama's hand and all this stuff. So that kind of gave me a little bit okay, that's kind of how I feel. That's kind of how I am. Now, I don't like, Trump as a person. I think he is a terrible person. And the only reason why is because how he treats others. He is so mean. And when you have to berate or belittle somebody all the time, to get your point across, I don't agree with that. And I don't agree with a leader of our nation being that way. And that's what's really, I struggle with that because I'm just more of a kind, I just want people to be kind in general. And it usually should start from the top. And so when you see somebody bashing everybody and their mothers, literally, I mean, what is that? You're not setting a good example for others at all.
No, because I think if he was an actual politician, that he would win any election he was in by a landslide, because he has the ways to make the economy, the economy was better, all those different metrics that they use to gauge things. But he's not a politician. He does not sugarcoat anything that he says, which I think to some people is very refreshing, because how many times have people been nice to you in real life for a reason? And then once they got what they wanted, then the true colors came out. Whereas I think sometimes with him, people look at him like, at least I know what I'm getting. And just one man's opinion.
Well, but the thing is I get that. Like, I'm one of those people who I want you to just be honest with me, be upfront. Even if you think it's going to hurt my feelings, because at least I'll know. I get that. But the problem is I think that he pulls some shit out of his ass that isn't even true, and just he pushes that narrative to be true about people and who they are and how they are. And I just, it's not okay. It's not okay. I will never, anybody, I don't care if it's Trump or like the Pope, it's not okay.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, though, I believe that that's happening on both sides of the aisle all the time. And not necessarily as much as what we see out of Trump, because when he says things, it pops up on the media. It's there, right? We don't hear a lot of the other things until after it's over. But that's why we have elections. That's people get to decide what is important to them and why they vote the way they do. And
you only get two choices.
Yeah. Maybe someday what will happen is we'll get better choices.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Well, our choice is terrible. So what are we going to do?
Well, and at some level,
Mars.
You didn't even get two choices. You got one, because the other primary didn't even matter, which is a whole different topic. Okay. We're not going to get into that because that would run away forever. And this old man needs a nap because it's been a long one. The new season of Fortnite dropped on Friday, and I stayed up till 3. Yeah, I stayed up till 3:30 last night playing, and I am trash tired. So,
yeah, I don't blame you. It is so much fun.
It is fun. They got away from the cars a little bit, and they went with more of is it Marvel? Yeah, it'd be Marvel. Mm-hmm. And some of the weapons and War Machine weapons are pretty awesome.
Yeah, the jetpack is amazing. And then
I love the jetpack.
For it and the jetpack and a gun. Oh, it's over. Like, I love it. It's so fun.
You know what I figured out, Holly, last night? And I didn't get a clip of it, but I will soon. Mm-hmm. Is if you have the turret, you don't even need the jetpack. If you have Captain America's shield to block all the bullets and the turret, even though it shoots really slow and it doesn't do much damage, you just sit there and pick them off while you're blocking it. And they can't kill you. And it's just... And
I did not even think about that.
And you can also throw the shield, so when they try to run or whatever, now you're hitting them with it was epic. So if you're a Fortnite fan.
Yeah. I love the shield because I love to throw it at people. And for whatever reason, I'm really good at that. But it's...
Well, you can hit like 4 or 5 different, I think 4 different people with the shield at one throw, I think.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, if they're close enough, it'll ricochet off of them and then come back to you. Anyways, we're Fortnite nerds. I've been seeing some of the Fortnite shorts have thrown up there a little bit just for entertainment. There's something about, all of us game to at least a little bit, but there's something about the visuals and the audio of that game that is almost addicting.
Yeah.
Like for me, It's really audio though. It's the sound effects of it that, if I'm watching one of those videos and it doesn't have audio, it's like, okay. But once you put the audio on it, I'm all in.
Agreed.
So. Is that your Cryptic Corner, Greg?
You know what?
What?
Dopamine.
Yep, the dopamine effect. It's a thing.
Oh, wow. Greg,
have
you watched the show or the like documentary about Bob Lazar?
Oh yeah, I know about Bob
Holy
Lazar.
I went down that rabbit hole.
Oh yeah,
Holy
and
crap.
that story is he has remained consistent since the 80s.
That's
Yeah.
consistent. And then things are coming out that he said back in the 80s was happening. And
Element
now,
115.
yes, proving him
Yeah.
right. Holy crap.
Dude,
I don't
that's
know who
just
Bob
that's
Lazar is.
conspiracy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You have
It
to
can't be true. It's conspiracy, Holly.
Yeah, that's not
Is
true.
that what's coming out on Cryptic Corner today?
No, thanks.
Matt.
I see my notifications are working. You see they pop up there. I
Yeah,
hear
but-
it. I don't know if you guys can hear it.
No, we can't
No.
hear it, but I have no idea what that says. It's too tiny.
Yeah, Matt.
I feel
Just
have
It's
to
Matt.
go down and do Cryptic Corner on Bob Lazar.
Oh,
I can do that.
You
I've
put
watched
in
a
a
lot
request?
about Bob Lazar.
It's
I-
the husband was trying really hard for a long time to like tell me all about it. I was like, no. Finally, he was like, we're watching this documentary, and I happened to be playing poker, and I can't remember. It was with the Zach community. I was playing poker, and he was like, I'm turning it on. Well, you're playing poker anyways. I'm gonna watch it. I really want to see it. So we started watching it, and I forgot about poker a few times because I was like, holy shit, this is insane. Insane.
Yes.
Yeah.
like the
Like the hole is so deep. Like there's no time to just say it all.
Yeah.
Like that guy has seen stuff that he was scared to even talk about.
He even drew pictures of exactly like what the spacecraft looks like. It's so
And
good.
the entities.
Highly recommend it. And we ended up having to watch it
I'm
on
gonna have to write
Tubi.
it down.
Was it called?
Oh yeah, Tubi.
Yeah. That was the only place that we can find it to like for free. Because everywhere else it was like $20 to watch it. And Tubi, for whatever reason, it's free.
what was the title of
Yeah.
that again?
Area 51.
Area 51.
Or Bob Lazar, Area 51, and Flying Saucers.
Bob Lazar, Area 51, Flying Saucers. Whew,
Okay.
that's the one we watched.
One of those.
One of those.
It's
Yes.
insanity. You guys need to watch it. Highly recommend. And I'm not like super into that stuff. Oh, I am now.
Well, there's people that come out. There's like a secret space program, and there's a lot of people that say similar things that are not attached to each other about
Right.
what's going on. It's all compartmentalized.
Yeah.
The people on the top know, and the people just under them don't have a clue what the person above them's doing.
Exactly.
Oh, that would be that's a good idea.
That's your clearance. That's your clearance.
Yeah. We should all watch this and research Bob Lazar, and then we'll do
Okay.
a 1 hour episode of Cryptic Corner on Bob Lazar.
There you go.
Yeah. And that guy looks like a nerd. That's a stereotype nerd right there.
Does he look
The
like AI Greg?
glasses.
Oh, he's 100%
Us-
like
Not
but-
a Greg.
AI Greg looks like. Yeah, I don't know. I won't go down.
It looks
that.
like-
I'll say something mean. I'm tired.
You can if you want.
No.
Yeah, I'm
Hey,
feeling-
just so you know, I took the little clip off of. I can't even go back and play the little clip about you being a bad friend. I took it off.
Oh, why? Why'd you take it off?
I'm trying to turn over a new leaf.
It's just a season. You'll go right back to your old
Yeah,
habits.
he'll go right back.
It will.
right,
Give me
we'll
until
get there.
next week. I'm just tired.
Yeah.
Give me until
Keep
next
it
week.
fun. Keep it spicy, Josh.
I will.
Family.
That was
Okay.
like
All
one
right.
of my favorite clips.
So,
Yeah.
Candid Conversations, because we're about 30 minutes into this thing, and I know everybody's got places to be.
Oh,
So
stop.
we-
I gotta take a nap. Calm down.
I am, and I'm going to take a nap. Listen,
I'll
at
buy
some
those,
point,
Josh.
if we have to, I'll just push mute and lay down with the dog over here, and you guys can continue talking.
Wow.
But Candid Conversations, for those of you that don't know, is a segment that is a standalone that we started a couple weeks ago. We had Hannah on as our first guest, and we talked a lot about poker. But it's a standalone where I can interview somebody one-on-one, and it's not always lighthearted. Okay, so the first one was pretty lighthearted. This one is not so much. But I'm going to show you the preview, and then I'm going to give you a little bit of background on it, and then you're going to have to wait till tomorrow to see the rest. Okay. But I will say up front, thank you, because my guest on this was Rudy, who everyone knows. And here's the preview. today we are going to talk about human trafficking.
I've always said that we end up where we are for a reason. And as much as I love doing crypto spaces, I've learned with this advocacy and the fight against human trafficking that I think this is what brought me to crypto. This is what's given me the voice in the spaces, because I can now use this platform to educate. It only takes one person to make a difference. And I don't think people realize that sometimes. They say, oh, well, what can I do? When in reality, the average person who's trafficked is trafficked by their family or their friends, oftentimes right in their own homes. Trafficking is a $350 billion a year industry just in the United States alone.
Mm-hmm.
Of that, sadly, 150 billion is just children. It's time that it stops. And the only way it's going to stop is by people such as myself who have big mouths coming forward and just educating. And it's not always easy to educate. There's many people I've talked to about this who are just like, you're crazy. There's no way things can be done this way. There's no way that a person can be drugged in their own home and not realize it.
But I think with the age of technology and the internet, that it's becoming more and more obvious, and people are being able to tell their story and get things out there. And I mean, I know I've been more aware of it over the last even like 2 to 3 years than I ever have my entire life. You would hear things once in a while, and it would almost sound like, you're talking about the white van. That's like the movie version, right? But all of that used to always sound that way. Like, oh, that would never happen here. That's why we want to have these conversations. And that's why they're not always going to be lighthearted. So I have to ask you, why are you so passionate about human trafficking? I know it's super hard, and we both knew we didn't know what this was going to turn out to be, right?
I wasn't sure,
Yeah. I know you well enough to know that if this resonates with someone and they are starting to realize that, oh, wait a second, that sort of thing is happening with me, that they can reach out to you and you will talk to them about that. I mean, that's the whole point of all this.
Not only will I talk to them, but I will give them the resources
Right.
that they need to be able to be heard.
Thank you.
So I'm thanking you from me and those other people that are going to realize this makes sense.
So I just want to say this. Can we all agree that there are only a few life-changing conversations that you probably have in your lifetime? Like, if you really, really think about life-changing conversations, not that I haven't had important conversations with people, not that I don't have ones that are great memories and things like that throughout my life, but I would say in my life, there's probably been 10 life-changing conversations.
Mhm.
And I have to tell you that this was one of them. I never in my wildest dreams would have thought that this silly segment on this silly podcast would have ever produced a life-changing conversation.
Mhm.
But like we said before it started, this one isn't very lighthearted. So, but I would encourage you to watch it when it comes out. And it's not for the views. It's not for the publicity of it. But you are not going to be want to be the one person that didn't watch it, is all I really am going to say before we move on. But it 2 days later has still like touched my heart. Like I don't have the right words. It was so moving. Like I still don't even have the right vocabulary for it. So I don't want to try to say any more about it, because I think it's one of those things that you absolutely just need to watch. And just don't pay attention to the guy that didn't have the greatest expressions in the world when it came to listening to and having that discussion, because there was a lot going on in here.
Yeah.
And sometimes this gets shut down when this thing starts pumping a little, So what were you saying, Caleb? I'm sorry.
That comes out tomorrow
Comes out tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central.
Okay.
So it'll be 11 o'clock Eastern. There will be a tweet with a link to it. I think that it's so my wife never watches our podcast, and she has already said, I'm watching this during my lunch break tomorrow because I haven't even let her see it yet. And she's like, I'm going to watch it tomorrow. So I think that you will not want to miss it. I don't really know what else to say, but
I haven't seen it yet. I'm
Nope.
looking forward to it. I really, really am. However, I have gotten to know a little bit of the background about everything. And it's something I can tell you that, human trafficking is scary. And so when there's so much unknown and it scares me, I tend to ignore it. And I hate that about myself, you guys. I'm not proud of that at all. But it scares me so bad. But to how big it is, it's like I'm at that point where you feel obligated to start spreading the word a little bit more, especially when it's somebody you know. I guess I've never had anybody I know that has been through something like that, but it hits a little harder, I guess, that now it's like, all right, I've got to try to take a stand as well and help however I can. But
well, I will tell you. Oh, go ahead, Holly. I thought you were
I was
done.
going to tell you, Rudy was so concerned about how she was going to be and how she looked and all this stuff. And all I can say is Rudy is one of the most eloquent, outspoken people that I talk to. She does it in such a great way. She's very good with her words. And I knew that she was going to be great at this. So I am so looking forward to this one, even though I already know I already know some of the situation. There may be something that was said that maybe forgot and left out of our conversation. So I'm so excited for this one because it truly matters.
Yeah, and with Rudy too. So not only is she super intelligent, but have you ever noticed that when Rudy talks, the intelligence always shines through?
Yeah.
But it's always from the heart too.
Mm-hmm.
Like with Rudy, there's not much filler. It's just from the heart. And I really enjoyed it, and I couldn't thank her enough. And I don't know if Rudy's here live with us today or not, but yes, she is.
Yeah, she is.
Thank you again, Rudy. I do appreciate sitting down with you. And, you said those serious problems that sometimes are just so big we don't know how to tackle them. One of the things on the conservative side of estimates, there's an estimation that over 50 million people worldwide are trafficked. And that's the conservative number. And Rudy brings up a good point in the interview that I probably should have put out there, but I'll give you a little bit more of a sneak peek that it's probably lower because those are the only people that they know about.
I know. And isn't that scary?
Yeah.
Isn't that mind blowing? I mean, I didn't know that much about it. And now that I do know, I don't know everything about it. I just know enough to how could this be going on in our world? And it's this big. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Well, Rudy she's involved with a lot of awareness campaigns and things like that on X, actually, in their spaces. And we kind of get into that a little bit. And there will be more conversation about it after this views tomorrow. But I would just encourage you to watch it. And for no other reason, just to be educated on a topic that most of us think we know something about, but we know very, very little about. Yeah. And you will know more when this is over. So anyways,
Nick,
it's hard for me to transition from something so serious to what we normally are lighthearted. But does anybody else have anything they want to talk about before we move on to HollyTivity?
I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
No, everybody's good.
Yeah.
I'm afraid I'm going to cut somebody off.
Uh-oh.
Going once.
All right. So for HollyTivity today, I am actually going to highlight the project Kinji. they're a meme token on the Solana side. Great people, by the way. But they actually tweeted out, the best feeling in the world is giving back to the children. Those who finally, or those who feel they have a lost voice in the world. We hear you, and we're working hard to build a successful, bigger community to hold several of these events worldwide. So from the pictures, and you can't really see them, I had a hard time figuring out how I was going to like screenshot them. They had an event that Kenji actually sponsored for the kids. And so, and I don't know if you guys know, but Kenji also, they are affiliated with a dog rescue organization. And so they do donations to this organization regularly, and certain like milestones that they hit, they'll send money over to this foundation. And you know how I am with pets. This one also hit me because it was with the kids, and I feel like they should be highlighted of everything that they're doing, just both with children and with the animals. So thought they deserved it.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Greg.
Oh.
Josh,
You're muted.
Oh, sorry. I try to do that so I can clear my throat when you're doing those things. I forget to turn it back on. When it comes to Kenji, do you know how long that they've been around? Because I've just started hearing about them over the last maybe a week or two.
So I know they've been around not quite a year, but almost. Like they've been around for, I don't know.
Longer than I realized.
Yes, longer than you realized. And they're just great. They have a little mascot, you guys. His name is Kenji.
I saw that little dog.
So beautiful. I love their stories when they put it out there about him because he's just so cute. So I really like that project. And they just kind of are, you know, they're partners with Interlink.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So yeah. And that was a like sooner thing that happened, but
have you noticed
Nice.
the partnerships that Interlink has been involved with recently? Like they're just down to earth people and projects. And I would encourage anybody that has time, if you see Interlink Space, I think it actually is coming on before our podcast now. I think I saw it right before I logged on.
Was it?
We'll have to talk about that, and we'll have to talk about it off the air, but there may be some time changing things going on with NFL football season getting ready to kick off in a few weeks. But we'll get more into that maybe next week so we can let people know what we're thinking, because we haven't actually got it figured out. But how was your Family Feud space yesterday or Friday? I'm sorry.
It was actually really good. I enjoyed it. I had fun. I needed the laugh. And you know, I think that a lot of people weren't really like, they didn't know if it was going to happen or not. So we didn't get like this huge turnout, but really, when it's all said and done, we only need 8 people to play. So we don't, you know, and so, but all the regulars were there other than 7. I did notice 7 didn't make it, but he had some stuff he was dealing with. So yeah, but it was a lot of fun. We laughed really hard.
Isn't it weird how you, like, when you are super consistent on anything for a long time and then you miss it for like 1 or 2 weeks or days or whatever the consistency is, that all of a sudden it messes up your whole schedule. You have to like get back into the norm of things. So
yeah, I think that's what really happened. I'm going to try to figure out, you know, how I can do it almost every week. Unless it's something critical, like next week, I do have to move the daughter in. And so I'm trying to figure out what time is going to be the best time, because I'll be in Tucson. So
now, and how far away is she moving?
About an hour and a half.
Okay, so doable.
Oh, 100% doable.
Yeah, okay.
So like my family is all down there, like my brother, my sister-in-law, all the kids. Her dad's side, almost 100% of them are in Tucson. So she has the support.
You just lost all the support from the comment section. Everybody was thinking she was moving like 8 hours away.
I know, but the fact still is I'm not there. Me, like everybody can be there, but me. And so I'm trying to convince the husband that maybe we should just move. I mean, we can move down there, and he just kind of looks at me like
in the zoo.
Yeah, that's probably why he looks at me like I'm crazy. Yeah. You realize we have to get a lot of land, so But I going back to Family Feud, I was really excited. So it was Ghost's birthday. So happy birthday to Ghost once again. And he had picked his squad, and then the people that were playing against him were the girls' squad. And it was all girls. It was an all-girl team, and they were doing really bad the first 1 and 2 rounds, and then round 3 they picked it up and ended up beating them. So I have to give a shout out to the girls' squad. That was Maria, Ash, Monica, and Amber.
It was funny, Holly, because like they would lose the initial question, and then Ghost's team would get all the way through, and they would flub up, and then they got a chance to steal, and they wouldn't steal it, and the Ghost team would get the points. And it happened the first 2 rounds, and I thought, this is gonna be a blowout. Triple points though in that 3rd round.
No, actually, so the thing is Ghost's team, they were getting some of the answers right, but they weren't the like 1 or 2. So the points ended up being, I think it was 94-91 at round 3. So they were just barely losing. So it didn't matter triple the points. It's whoever won the last round, and Girl Squad won it. I was really proud. Of them.
Are you asking Family Feud questions today? Because if not,
I'm going to.
Okay, that's fine. Because I just don't want to give spoiler alert. The Family Feud question that really blew my mind that nobody answered was top 5 things that you catch. I'm butchering it. Do you remember which one I'm talking about?
A coma?
No.
Shark.
Name something that gets passed around.
Passed around. That's it. Name something that gets passed around. Nobody named the number 1 answer. And I'm like yelling at my phone, a cold, a disease, something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, my Greg.
Joint.
Yeah, that was like 6. But that was the number 1 answer. And I don't think anybody ever guessed it. Even when they tried to steal it, nobody got the number 1 answer on that. So
yeah,
I could have helped out a team that night, but that's the only night I could have.
Little spoiler. I am trying to come up with a way to incorporate the viewers as well, after the fact, because I go back and I watch our podcasts, and I notice that when we ask the questions, we're like just sitting here and waiting. Yeah. And so I feel like people who watch, because we do get people who watch after the fact, are like, what is happening?
Yeah.
And so I just feel like I need to incorporate it somehow where they can win too, if you watch after the fact. So I'm going to come up with a fun new game for everybody. But
and you know what, Holly, the comments that are coming up now are actually on the side of the video in YouTube. So if you did something and it was the first one in the comment when it wasn't live, it would show up in a different list. So you could do something to that effect.
How come I don't see that?
There's a time delay. It depends on how quick you watch it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you have to wait till Monday or the comments don't show up. If you watch it on Sunday, the comment, because it hasn't processed fully and it won't do it. Basically what it's doing is it's checking everything to make sure we haven't screwed up some copyright thing. Because if there's one screw up,
something in the comment.
Yeah, or if something bad's in the comment, because if one thing happens, it will kill the whole comment section and it'll be gone forever. You'll never see it. Yeah. So, but it was that we could figure that out, I think, for sure.
Well, I just think a cool, fun game where everybody can be involved, where even if like our live people can win something during, but after the fact as well, like somebody that's watching on a Tuesday.
Yeah. And speaking of that, we're getting ready to give away a Cryptic Corner NFT in the Cryptic Corner segment today. I have a fairly unique question because it's Greg. I mean, it's got to be weird. But
it's going to be really weird.
Monthly drawing is next week's podcast. So all the NFTs that have sold, that drawing for that, if you own an NFT or a CryptoBROS NFT, then you have a chance at that monthly drawing, which is going to be next week. So good luck.
Yeah, good luck. Go buy an NFT.
Whoa.
It's time for Caleb's choice.
His choice.
His rules.
All right. Would you
Too late,
rather?
Greg.
I heard Greg like yelling at them. He's like, ah!
I waited like 3 seconds. Nobody said anything. So I'm hitting the button, and Greg at the last second is like, help me.
I loved it. I loved it. You're good. I was just gonna tell Matt. You didn't say anything that got blocked. You got me to say something from your comment
Yeah,
like 3
that
weeks ago.
Really?
killed all the comments. Yeah.
Oh,
It
It's
didn't
all
get
good.
blocked though.
We're not going to say it again, okay? We're not
Okay.
going to
No.
say it again.
not say it again.
No.
Caleb, it's now your turn.
All right, sure. All right. Would you rather have the power to reverse time or to fast forward it?
Definitely
You could
reverse.
turn back time.
I like that song.
I muted Greg.
Oh. We might
Oh,
copyright. We can't sing that song.
Oh, yeah.
Just little
Power
clips of it.
Yeah, it's
Called a
actually
cover.
no one. I don't even think the AI is going to misinterpret that for the original copyrighted song
Probably
if
not.
Greg sings it.
yeah. Do that. Do that.
Okay,
Mine,
mine is
huh?
definitely reverse in time. I don't want to fast forward it.
I want to live it, and if I mess up, go back and fix it. But I don't want to miss anything.
There are moments in my life that I would love to push fast forward for 10 minutes, but I've seen the movie Click and it doesn't end well.
No.
True.
Haven't seen the video.
That's a good movie.
You haven't seen it. It's an Adam Sandler movie. You haven't seen
Oh
it?
no! Oh no! I was talking to Meg. I'm sorry.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, I've definitely seen Click. Oh yeah, 100%, multiple times.
He was in it, Josh.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Me and old Christopher Walken, man, we hit it off.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Greg, would you fast forward or go reverse?
So if you fast forward, do you age?
Yeah. You'd
I
have
would
to.
imagine
Ow.
not fast forward that far, you'll be dead.
Yep. But have you seen Interstellar? I mean,
Oh my
they
god.
did. So if you age, yeah, I want to go back in time
Which one was Interstellar?
with
Matthew
Matthew
McConaughey.
McConaughey.
Oh
Oh,
yes,
no.
I've seen that one.
Christopher
I haven't
Nolan.
seen that one. I
Well,
saw the Passengers one with, I don't know, those people. Pratt.
Oh yeah, with Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's see, Bearded said reverse. That I cannot be working now. That is true. Because if we could go back and buy Bitcoin back in 2000,
Ooh,
12,
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
a really good point.
I would have
Yeah.
actually started mining 10 years ago.
right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry, I had to mute my mic because my tugboat of a dog decided to get up and run around the room. And when she sits down, it's like boom.
It just drops.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw her butt over my shoulder there for a second, but she kind of matches the chair. She's all black. Yeah, I'd say we're unanimous. We're all going back.
Yeah.
We're all going back.
That makes more sense logically.
Yeah.
Back into time.
Okay.
Go back to the
Yeah.
future. Okay.
Turtles
Have you
in
ever
time.
lied about your age to get into a club or a bar or nightclub?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot.
I knew
lot.
Holly's answer.
You guys want to
More
hear?
than once
this,
is
though?
her answer.
Yeah, more than once. So I have a group of guy friends. Like we've been friends since I was 18. They are like my brothers, like you guys. And you know, when we were younger, I was always the baby. And so I was 19 years old and they were all in their 20s, over 21. And we decided to go to Vegas. And I mean, we made trips like this on a regular. And so I had a fake ID. Well, it wasn't even a fake ID. I had an ID of a girl that I kind of look like not even like I mean,
You
at
need
a-
an AI.
yeah. And so we went into it was Studio 54. That club in Vegas. And I gave the guy my ID, and instead of like giving it to him, because he literally was taking him, looking at the date, not necessarily the picture, and just letting you go. But he got mine, and instead of just kind of looking away or talking to my friend, I looked straight at him and I smiled, like had this like big old smile, and he was like, "This isn't you." And I was like, "Yes, it is." And he was like, "This is not you." So
Whoops.
he actually gave me the ID back, which
Huh.
yeah, but yeah, I didn't get that.
Try again.
Mhm. That was embarrassing. I was mortified, but
So,
Yeah.
as a guy that worked in a club, the rule was, at least it was then, that if you got a fake ID, then you could cut it up. You could confiscate it.
Yeah.
If it was a real ID and you just weren't sure it was the person, you had to give it back to him.
Oh, maybe that's what it was.
Maybe that's why he did it. I don't know.
Mm.
I personally have never lied to get into a bar or a nightclub. I'm
What
boring.
about a movie?
Oh, good.
Have
No.
I?
I don't know.
A
That's the only thing I could think of. Because when you're younger, to watch rated
Oh,
R,
to get in a rated R movie. Yeah, they used to card you. I don't
Maybe.
think so.
I don't
I
know.
don't think I have a movie.
Mm-mm.
Caleb, you
haven't
haven't lied to get into a bar or a nightclub, I'm going to guess.
Never been to a nightclub.
Oh, you should. Let's go.
All right, tonight.
Out of the Roxbury
After-
kind of stuff.
After our nap.
Oh my gosh.
What
That-
is love?
Yeah, because you got to get a nap first.
Gotta go
Greg,
nap.
have you ever lied to get into a nightclub?
Nope. I still get carded.
Yeah, with your
I
AI.
do.
AI
I
Greg would. He looks like he's
I-
12.
yeah.
I always tell them yes, I'm under 40.
There you go.
Oh.
Perfect.
All right, question 3.
Question 3. Name the 3 NFL logos that are symmetrical.
Symmetrical.
No
huh?
Googling, right? So I
No
have to
Googling.
promise you guys that I did not look this up because I wanted to not
I-
cheat.
Have no.
And
I'll give you a clue. There's 1 from the AFC and then 2 from the NFC. Symmetrical.
so
Green Bay.
No.
Uh-uh.
No, no Titans.
I don't have. I tried not to think about it too much after you sent it to me, but
Not Steelers.
yeah,
Well-
Steelers was one that kind of came to my mind just because of the shape of it, but it's not necessarily.
Hmm.
How about you
I-
give us one of them?
Yeah.
The Colts. That's the AFC one.
Colts?
Horseshoe.
Because if it fell in half, it would match.
Matt just got another one. The Cowboys.
Oh, the
Oh,
Cowboys.
the Cowboys. That
Yeah.
makes
Oh
sense.
my gosh.
Oh,
I think
yes,
this would be
that does
easy.
I'm still struggling.
NFC.
South.
It's
NFC South.
Yeah.
Why
Because
am I
in the
drawing-
NFC South, the Bucks, the Rams. No, the Bucks, the
Falcons.
Falcons,
The Panthers. right?
Saints. Is it the Saints?
Yes. This is
Oh. Meg said Saints. I
gosh.
thought we
there's
already
some-
guessed it.
Oh, I didn't see Meg. Yeah, Meg got it.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't
I was-
see that. Oh, Meg said it before Matt said Cowboys.
Yeah.
We're just
So it's
ignoring
the
Meg
Colts,
today.
Cowboys, and Saints.
Yeah.
Question.
Shut up, Meg.
Wow.
Just joking. I'm sorry.
Shark.
Shark. It's a shark.
All right. I'm really curious to your guys' answer of Holly's question. Like super curious.
Oh, I love this
All right.
question. What could you give a 40-minute presentation on with absolutely no preparation?
40 minutes.
I've got as soon as I saw it, I knew exactly what it was for me. But
Okay, let's hear it.
do you have a guess?
Plumbing?
Yeah, Matt's got a good one.
No, not
We
for
all
me.
did do
Well,
that.
I'm gonna go with like WWE shit.
Nope.
WWE shit.
Shit.
Yeah.
I mean, probably, but presentation wise, no. But I could give you a 40-minute. Actually, it would probably be longer.
Mhm.
Walk through Genesis 1 through 3 in the Bible.
Oh, that makes sense. You
Yeah.
would. I
Because
remember.
I've taught it several times. It's actually
I mean-
3 hours. It's actually
Jeez Louise!
it's those 1 and 2 is 1 hour and 3 is 1 hour. So I could definitely give you a 40-minute presentation off the first 3 books of Genesis.
Phil Collins. What?
I'm 40. I'm going to give a.
40-minute presentation
Interesting.
from Phil Collins.
What about you,
I
Greg?
can
I'm
feel
really
it coming
curious
in the
what-
air tonight.
What could you? I feel like Greg's gonna have something really crazy.
like, we might
I
have
could
to
give
mute him.
I could give a 40-minute presentation on how to build a computer from start to finish
Nice.
That'd be good.
That is a good one.
without prep.
It's pretty sweet. Way more boring than I thought your answer was going to be, but
That's hard to do.
Well-
That is not an easy.
oh yeah.
Or create a website. Do that
Oh,
too.
I actually, we're gonna need to chat about that. Well, I mean,
What do you
Right,
think I was
Caleb.
gonna say?
opportunity
Yeah.
for you.
Oh, that makes
What?
sense. Genesis, Phil Collins. That's what Megan's talking about.
Oh,
Oh,
oh yeah.
You guys didn't get that for real?
It's
no,
a
That's why I
I
didn't
just-
say anything. I thought you guys were being sarcastic.
no, Barbie.
no.
You're
It was
not
a
quite
land.
as
It
old
was
as
a
Meg
land.
and I are, okay?
It was a land of confusion.
Hmm.
Oh man,
Uh-oh, Matt's talking
Put AI
smack, Greg.
Greg back on.
Okay.
no. Secrets
Taylor, what about you?
gosh.
I think I'd be with Ash. I'll probably chocolate chip cookies or banana bread or something like that.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Baking.
cooking something?
Yeah.
That's a
Say-
good
Oh
one.
That's
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That would
AI
be,
That's
Greg
yeah.
pretty
is freaky
You could.
weird.
Yeah.
You need to do some shorts, some cooking shorts
Holly, what about you?
in an apron. Pink one.
So on the more serious side, I can definitely give a 40-minute presentation on how to develop and create chat bots or voice bots. It's like ingrained in my soul. But on the more
Anything that
like,
won't put us to sleep?
yeah, exactly. I did a 40-minute presentation on the housewives, the real housewives of every freaking city that is on, because that is my guilty freaking pleasure, is watching these crazy girls or women, old
They are
women,
crazy.
like go at each other. I can sit there and tell you all about almost every single one of them, except I haven't watched the Real Housewives of Dallas yet, but I've watched all the other ones, and I could talk to you for like hours on that.
So let me ask Caleb and Greg a question. Have you guys seen 1 minute of any of the Real Housewives?
No. I don't know.
Be honest.
I haven't.
A 1 minute, probably standing
Greg's
up,
seen 'em
walking
all.
walking
No, what,
through the
Greg?
living room, like stopping, going, "What?
Whatever, Greg.
What's
Too late.
that?"
Cover
And then
for
just
'em.
drinking a beer and walking off.
No, we don't believe you. You planted your
You
butt on the
watched
couch
all
and
of them,
watched the whole
Greg.
season.
Yeah, you
Except for
watched-
the last 2 episodes, because Greg is famous for watching seasons of things and not the last 2 episodes, so we can't talk about it.
Yeah.
I'll finish Stranger Things.
No, you won't.
When? It's been over for like 3 years.
Oh my gosh, we restarted the entire thing, Greg, and we're on I think season 3 right now, because season
You're better than Greg.
Yeah,
yeah.
you're gonna watch all of it before Greg.
I may have to
watches.
do that, Holly. Well,
Well,
I may have to restart it.
yeah, and let me tell you why. There is a lot of shit that you don't, that either you forgot about or you didn't catch the first time. And I've noticed that. So yeah, I
I'd
suggest.
be
noticed-
running up that hill.
Go. Yeah, that's a great song. Oh my gosh, it's in my head now.
Yeah.
You're right, Holly. When you rewatch those shows, you do catch things you did see the first time on like
Yes.
every show.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
And
oh,
I know there's like a lot of stuff I forgot about too, because I'm like, why don't I don't remember even watching like certain parts. But yeah, it's still as good as I liked it the first time. So
Hmm.
Mhm.
it's a good show.
Greg, you're going to blow our minds.
Blow. Yes.
Yeah.
You
Prepare
are?
to be blown. I love talking and waiting for you to just like cut it.
No, I'm cool with it. I'm just.
I
going
know
to
you
ignore
are.
Every time I've got some other videos that I could show. Every time you start to say something, I'm just going to hit it real fast and just cover you up.
That's fine.
No, what do you got
Well,
for us, Greg?
All right. So Bob Lazar
What?
is not for today. Just to
Oh,
let you know.
I was like, wait a minute. We already asked you. Don't be making stuff up.
Well, it's something I've actually talked about a lot, but never focused on it. Kind of like last week, the Mandela effect. I had to go back through my old videos and make sure that it wasn't the title. But so let's just say you get on a plane, plane takes off, and the plane keeps flying in a straight line, like actual straight line. Will it stay on the earth or will it go into space? If it truly stayed straight,
How long is it flying?
well,
If it flies indefinitely, then
yes, indefinitely.
yeah, it would fly off into space if you didn't adjust it, or if I don't know how gravitational pull works in orbit, but
Meg
or when you're
knows.
300 or 30,000 feet in the air.
That's what I was trying to get at. Are you talking flat Earth, or are you just saying if you don't adjust to go around the Earth, you just
Yeah,
shut
because
off?
if the jet, you'd have, if it was curved, it would
it
have
would-
to adjust for that curvature. So you would have to push in on the throttle or on this joystick or whatever to keep it going down with the curvature of the Earth. Versus if it just stayed flying straight, it's eventually going to go up into space.
It would have to be a lot of miles for that to happen, though, because the Earth is freaking huge.
Well, what
It's
is
not
it?
like us taking a
The
50-mile-an-hour
atmosphere?
curve on a highway.
Damn, that's
Yeah.
a really good one.
What did they say? 64 miles to leave the Earth's atmosphere?
I don't know. I do
think
know
it
that if you
is.
shrunk the Earth down to the size
That's
of a
not very
cue ball,
much.
it would be smoother than an actual cue ball, even though there's many thousands of feet difference in the highest elevation and the lowest trench. That's how big it is. That just shows you how gigantic the globe is. But
Well,
are you
me
going
and
to
my
try to
son
convince
Blake-
us of flat earthing? Flat earthers?
yes. Me and my son Blake had a discussion. He brought it up this morning. He's the one that told me that.
Who
He's
won?
like, Dad, he brought up if the plane kept flying straight, it would go into space if it was flat or if it was curved, but it wouldn't. It was flat. So I got a video. Yep.
Oh, yay.
Let's watch the video.
All right.
I was reading a lot of stuff on the flat Earth.
Okay, yeah. True.
That's true?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, cool. All right, God bless.
How long have you been flying for?
Like for Delta, 21 years, but maybe like 30 something.
I want to know, because they say the pilots know a lot. Do you think the Earth is flat or no?
I know it's flat.
You know it's flat?
Did you notice any curvature while we were up there? No. What did you see while we were up there?
This is the blue sky, white clouds.
Yeah. Is it flat or
Pretty flat.
pretty flat?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Did you notice any curvature while we were up there?
Curvature, no.
No. There's no curvature.
It's just all flat.
I'm going to ask you a question.
Yeah.
I've been flying, and I've come to the conclusion there is no curvature. I never allowed for curvature. There's no way there's curvature. We're round and flat, aren't we?
Different.
We are, aren't we? Thank you.
Flat's a pancake.
When you look at the one thing that would prove the globe Earth, or the one thing that would disprove the flat Earth, what is it?
I don't know. You tell me.
It would be a linear flight path, okay? A linear traverse directly down past South America, down to Antarctica, and without breaking that straight linear path, continuing through the continent and back up the other side into the Indian Ocean. Like, this would literally end the debate. It would be the single biggest piece of evidence for the global model.
They've done it already. It was called One More Orbit.
Right. Except they actually didn't look at their flight path. So they left off the tip off South Africa. They went to the 90-degree South Pole mark. And then they literally hit a sharp 60-degree turn towards South America. They never crossed over. They didn't even alternate sides of the hemisphere. They evaded a linear path.
My God. What the hell? No, it can't be.
Yeah, man, I know. Globers will still refer to the One More Orbit expedition as if it disproves anything. Meanwhile, they never really look into the intricacies of anything. This is exactly why they just believe whatever they're told.
Yeah. Just do what they tell ya. F you. I won't do what you tell me.
Answer me one question.
What?
If it's flat, why don't they just tell us it's flat? Why would they lie?
Yeah.
Why would they lie and say, what's the benefits of lying about it being round?
What if there's stuff beyond the ice wall they don't want you to know about? It benefits them.
What? If it's flat beyond the ice wall is just space, right?
Why would it be space?
The
Why wouldn't it
theory
just
is
be
that
more
there's
land?
There's more land beyond the ice wall.
I mean,
There's
if
other
we
worlds.
We're Middle Earth.
But we've been to space. So
Have
when
we?
you're looking, well, then, I mean, is that what you're trying to
Have
disprove as
we?
well? Because if
Yeah.
we've been to space or out of our atmosphere at least, and you look down back at the Earth, it's round.
Yeah, from what video? From
Well,
what?
No, but
From
every,
NASA TV?
What,
From-
Which
yeah,
has
what
been.
imagery are you seeing? Yeah.
Have you seen the first astronaut to do a spacewalk in like 1950?
yeah,
There's
okay,
a-
that I don't. Something's very fishy about that.
Have you
honestly.
seen that?
Yeah,
It's bad. It's bad.
yeah.
But let me ask you this: how do satellites work then?
What a balloon.
No, eventually
balloon.
they have to come down.
They do.
Something's fueling them. If
They do
yeah,
come
but
down.
not they wouldn't be up as long as they are.
Hey, I'm
I'm just wondering
I'm with you. I've debated this a long
if there's
time.
no orbit, then a lot of all of our technology, like satellites and things like that, wouldn't work. I don't know, and I just can't get past the part of why would they lie to us? It was round.
Keep us controlled.
No, but like it's not like it's gonna scare us if
Truman Show.
That's what I was going to say. Truman Show.
Well, except for the fact that at
Well,
some
like an ant
point somebody
farm.
had to discover that it was flat and decide right then they had to lie. How long ago was that? Thousands of years ago? They didn't even have the
Maybe.
means to travel the earth to figure out what was on the other side of the ice walls at that point, if their theory was true.
Around World War II.
No,
They had all
there's
the
been
treaties.
globes before World War II.
What
There's
were you
been
going to
flat
say,
Earth
Holly?
maps for a long time.
I was yawning. I don't know.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something a minute ago. You
Put her to
started
sleep.
Oh no,
Wow.
I just don't. That's like a elaborate lie, and to continue because it doesn't stop at just the Earth is round. Well, I mean, it goes beyond that because from space, it's round along with all the other planets. Why would Earth be the only flat one? We just don't. There's no such thing as the moon, the Mars. We've all seen those be round.
Holly, that may
Hey.
be the best argument I've ever heard. Why would the moon be round, but we're flat?
Hey, I'm with you. I have seen Saturn through a telescope, like an actual
Yeah, so have I.
good telescope, and I've
Was it
had
flat?
to track it. It was round, and I could see the rings on it,
Mhm.
Okay.
just like in a
so
textbook.
what do you think? What would make you believe that all the other planets that you've actually seen with your own eyeballs are round, except for Earth?
Yeah, Greg.
Because I like to think outside the box. And what if can you say 100%? You're 100% sure it's round, like 100%. You would bet everything you had on it.
Mm-hmm.
Would you? Would you bet everything?
Well, no, because now I'm like questioning my whole life existence.
If you're asking me,
Right?
if you're asking me like perfectly round, no, I wouldn't bet it. But if it's some sort of a sphere shape, yeah, I would bet you everything I owned.
But don't like
I mean, I want it to be round.
be at a level of speed.
Honestly, don't
and
care if it's
this is
round or
me,
not.
like assuming to even get out of our atmosphere. So planes don't travel that fast, and then there's a gravity pull and all of that. So maybe it just goes along with the curvature because there's not enough momentum to get out of the atmosphere
Well, and also
like in a straight line.
most of the flight you're on is on autopilot anyways. Those
Right.
guys aren't doing anything except taking off and landing and making sure when the gauges go nuts that they know what to do. I don't know.
Well,
So do you believe the Earth is round or flat?
undecided.
No.
I ain't
Greg
gonna
just likes
say
to
it.
stir the
No.
pot. Greg's just
Pick
stirring
one,
the pot.
Greg.
Meg
Monster.
has it because I have to be the guy that questions.
You
Yeah.
do, and I
I
we
have to have an
appreciate
opinion.
you for
That's
that.
his
I'm
job.
not gonna. Yeah, you gotta always be looking. I just think, like I always say, like there's more to our reality than we think, and I just have this feeling one day we're all gonna be like so freaking surprised at what the actual truth is. I don't
We're
think
never
some people
gonna
will be able to handle it.
You're
Yeah,
never gonna
why
know.
would we ever
You're
find
never
out?
gonna know.
I don't know. We'll know one way or another.
No, I
Whether
don't.
you're still here on this earth or you're passed on, you're gonna know.
I don't even know
I
that
mean,
things like that.
This
will even
existence
matter.
is just
I mean, if I'm dead
another.
and like in another, you know, wherever anybody thinks I'm gonna go, please be in the next place. I don't think I'm gonna care. I don't think that I'm gonna remember. Oh, the Earth is flat. I gotta look now. Gotta know now. I don't think I'm gonna be upset.
I don't think it really truly matters on a deep level, spiritual
If I
level.
find out, if I die and find out, Greg, I'll come haunt you to let you.
Tell you about it.
Greg.
Okay, I'll put some moon water out for you, Holly.
So, Greg, I will tell you this. I think questions like this, and and I'm not saying all conspiracy theories, because I think that's a weird term anyways. We've had that conversation before. Won't get into it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that in itself is the distraction. I don't know that the earth being round and it's a lie because it's flat, that's the distraction. I just think questioning things is the distraction. It's another way to divide people, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we do it with politics, we do it with gender, we do it with race, we do it with whatever on this planet. That's just another way to divide another segment of the population. That's just my opinion.
Sure.
But I love the questions. I love the thinking process behind it.
Yeah, it's you got to question our reality, because history is always told by the victors. They always say, right?
Yeah.
Whoever wins gets to rewrite history and cater to however they want. So I want to put everybody on a mission. When we were in school,
do homework, Greg.
Yes, we're gonna do homework.
We've had this conversation.
We'll see what you remember from school.
Oh.
Okay, I'm ready.
When did they? Thanks, Caleb. Caleb's ready.
1988.
Oh.
No.
What's your question?
Jack Nicholson. No. Or Meg Ryan. All right. Crap. Now I got distracted.
We have derailed.
Right now. So confused.
What did they teach you in school? Like when did they learn that the Earth was round? What years? What century?
I don't know. It was a long time ago.
Who sailed it? When they learned it was not flat?
Well,
I remember learning this in school.
Columbus?
Dude,
Yeah. I've been in
Columbus.
elementary school in almost 40 years.
1492. Sailed the ocean blue. So if they
Who
realize that
circled
the
the world?
Magellan,
Magellan.
Ferdinand Magellan,
600.
He's a liar.
600 BC.
Seriously, it says many ancient Greek philosophers, scientists, and mathematicians observed the Earth's roundness as early as 600 BC.
I knew it was a long time ago.
So here's the research.
A long time ago.
Older than me.
There's encyclopedias. There's encyclopedias from the 1800s that say the Earth is flat, and that's what they learned in school. So, what?
I don't
Just
know.
putting that out there. Just putting that out there.
I have
I
an
mean,
encyclopedia
you
before
know,
World War
yes.
One. I can look through.
Why is it after a lot of your Cryptic Corner segments, they just want to stab you in the eye with a pen?
That's good. That's the reaction we're going for. That's called engagement. That's
I
engagement.
come over
right
to your
there.
house.
Well, Dragon wanted to cut me to see what color I bleed.
Oh,
Yeah.
Science
Reptilian.
experiment.
Reptilian.
Yes.
Yeah, Maria. Fake news. I'm with Maria. Fake news, Greg.
Yeah.
Maria's
fake
not on your
news.
side.
All right. Well, yeah, I have to be that guy.
I came to realize that a lot of these conspiracies, it doesn't matter what it is. It's kind of the thing like I mean, I always grew up knowing the earth is round and hearing it. I mean, I never questioned it. However, I can say I need to see it for myself, just like aliens. I need to see it for myself. I am one of those like seeing is believing. And so, yeah, to be 100% like certain that it's round, I would need to go to space. So
Sometimes you just gotta have faith.
Let's book a trip.
there's certain things I just don't leave up to faith.
I'm with you, Holly. I
need
think
to-
that a lot. I want to see it too.
Mhm.
And you think, I don't know.
But I'm
We're
scared.
supposed to be on Mars already. Remember that? When Elon was going to go to Mars by 2022?
Oh, that's right. COVID happened.
Hey, I got over that a long time ago when we were supposed to have flying cars like a decade
to the
ago, and that
Future
didn't
too,
happen.
Well,
Yeah,
they
I've had
have.
the future too.
They've figured out a way to operate them. I did read. I don't know how true it is. It was an article.
It's probably because we're too dumb to drive them without causing mass casualties. We
We
can't
can't
even drive on the roads we have now.
Right.
I don't know how we're going to teach a bunch of people to
Jetsons.
fly cars. They're going to have to be autopilot. You guys ready to put this thing to bed?
No, we have a giveaway.
No, we had a giveaway.
Oh, I forgot to give his giveaway.
It's giveaway time.
It's giveaway time.
It's giveaway time.
Giveaway time is my favorite.
Yeah.
Are you
it's my
tired of that
favorite too.
intro yet,
Yes,
Holly?
yes. I really
That's my favorite.
I like
It's
it.
never going to go away. All right, so we are to the point where we are going to give away a Cryptic Corner NFT. And don't forget that next week is the drawing. So if you don't own one, you have basically 6 days to get one. You can go to our X profile. OpenSea link is right there. Connect your wallet. You need Avalanche to buy it, and just connect it, and it'll go from there. If you have any questions, ask Greg.
Yeah.
Yep.
So in
Ask
the
me.
comments, first person to, I'm going to say guess the answer correctly, because I don't know if anybody's going to know the answer. There's a way to look it up, but we will see. What is the last video game Greg streamed on Twitch? First person to answer in the comments wins
13.
13.
It's not 13.
It's not a number, Rudy.
27.
Rudy.
That's
Numbers.
Good try.
27's a good. That's a good number though.
Oh, that was a good guess, Matt.
Boom.
Ooh.
I don't know. I don't know the answer to this. So
Is that right?
do you know what it is,
I
Josh?
think she's.
Well, I know what he told me, but now I'm not sure he knows the answer the way he's looking. Which
You know
one
what?
is it?
Is Fruity right? I thought she was right.
I thought so too.
Is it right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yay.
That's
No.
what you told
Wow.
me.
He told us.
You know what?
You have completely jacked this segment up, Greg.
I have
You have
jacked
taken
it
this
up.
whole thing hostage.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Matt's right. Matt is right. I was wrong. I told you the wrong thing earlier.
Did you just look it up?
No, he just reminded me.
He told us it was
Forgot.
the Call of Duty.
He told us
I
it was Call
forgot.
of Duty. This is why we can't have nice things, Greg.
This
Oh
is
my gosh.
exactly why we
I
can't.
deleted. I
Wow.
deleted that little video way too soon. I should have
Wow.
kept it.
Oh wow.
Way
Yeah.
too soon.
Way
Yeah.
too soon. Well, congratulations, Matt. Even though Greg's a liar.
Sorry, Rudy. I thought it was Call of
Yeah.
Duty.
I
Then
feel
Matt
like
reminded me.
I feel like we
That's
cheated
all.
you too, Rudy.
I
Yeah.
did too.
Super bad.
Yeah, it was definitely
It's
Helldivers.
Greg's fault.
What the hell is Helldivers?
It was that new game we were all gonna play. And then nobody else wanted to play it.
I downloaded it. I thought it was dumb.
Nobody invited me.
Me and Matt played it. That's how you remember. That's why he knows.
So is Matt disqualified?
We're
for
gonna have to
this, or-
disqualify Matt from being able to answer stuff. He's gonna own everything that we have to give away.
Right. Does he have a Cryptic Corner one yet?
He's
Mm,
actually-
yeah, he
Yeah.
bought one.
I'm pretty
He
sure he
bought
bought
one
one
of
of each.
Yeah.
So that is so he should be able to win. He's probably bought more than anybody else total.
Yeah, I guess we'll get buy. We'll get one free.
Are you guys ready to put this thing to bed now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because this old man needs a nap.
Oh,
Oh,
jeez, you're too. I
Was
was
everybody
right.
dancing right there? She's headbanging. Yeah, so I just want to say congratulations to Matt again for winning. Also, check that out. Now, anything that's sold after this upcoming podcast will be for the next month's giveaway. But if you want in on this drawing, you're going to have to own one. Like I said, we don't actually probably won't even know who won. We're just drawing a wallet or we're just drawing the NFT. You'll see the wheel, whoever gets that once we spin the wheel we'll send that to that wallet address, and you'll have your Avalanche. Also, I just want to say again, thanks, Rudy, for coming on when we did the Candid Conversations.
Yeah.
Do not miss that, guys. It comes out at 10 a.m. Central tomorrow. I mean, you don't have to be the first person to watch it, but you definitely are going to want to check it out, and you're going to want to watch it all the way through. But it's just, that's just why we do the podcast, is one, so we can have fun and then we can have conversation. We went talking for an hour and a half, which is insane. But at the same time, if it's going to allow us to do things like what we did on Candid Conversations on Friday, then I'm super pumped for what the future holds.
Oh, yeah.
So you guys got anything?
No.
All right, guys. Greg, I'm just going to go right over you and not.
You don't get to say anything.
Because as soon as I get ready to hit the button, he's going to go, have a great week. And God bless.
Be kind.